Yo, what up? It's E-Profit. I'm gonna do some vlogging today. I'm gonna pull the Camaro out, go for a little joyride, bend a few corners, go get some gas on my shit, you know. So come on, man, let's get to it. Yeah, look at that. Rucci. And my shit dirty as fuck. That motherfucker's still hitting though. Look at that. Stop playing with me, man. About to get my lower control alarms put on now, man. Shit, it took me long enough, but so this the difference. This is the original one. See how it's all hollow, got holes going through it. This one here is a more solid, like, it's not all steel, but it's still more solid steel with the grease fitness built onto it. So that's that. And look at this craziness right here. This should have been an easy install. It was just 2 screws in each end of these lower control arms, but one had seized up in there, so I had to cut that boy off. Took me a few minutes too fucking with it, but we back in business now. I had to go buy some new hardware, a new screw, new nuts. So I'm finna go and get this back on there and then get up in here and start cutting for these foes. Feel me? I got some rust to get rid of too, so. Yup, out here putting that work in. Yeah, so finally I had to get these rims put on. I'm finna do my cutting and my fender rolling. Whatever has to be done today, so I can get my rims slapped on here. But I'm telling you now, like, I haven't seen anything that has to be cut so far. Like, they just pretty much go straight on. Even with the back, they just went straight on. I had to do a little bit of trimming. I seen some rust and some damage inside my fender wells, but that's been it. It's been an easy installation because I had these rims specially made for a 92 Camaro. So these boys, I mean, they slapping right on, like no adapters, no spacer, no nothing. And that's because this bolt pattern is a 5x120. You can see I got it engraved on there. And these are 255 25 by 24s for the front, and I got 275 by 25 in the back. So it's a wider tire in the back, and it's a little slimmer up front. You can get your wheels made for your car, so you don't have to worry about getting no adapters or no wheel spacers, no shit like that. Just throw them straight on, and you're good to go. And these are also staggered, which means my front wheel, the lip, is not as deep as the rear wheels. So my front wheel is probably about, let's measure it. So that's about a 2-inch lip in the front. If you check one of my back wheels, without y'all seeing my wheels. Let me see what we're gonna do it like this. So that's probably about 4 inches, maybe 5 inches in the back. That's what staggered means. To give you that wide body look, like your car kind of like thinner in the front, then gets wide in the back. It's that wide body look. So that's why I went with that. So let me go ahead and get back under here and see if I can get these slapped on and make a few turns and see how my motion is on the front. Alright, so I got both the tires on the front now, and I see what needs to be cut already. I ain't got much of no turn. Like my ground effects is touching right here on that front corner. So I didn't want to cut these, but I know I didn't really have a choice to have these 24s on here. So what I'm hoping is I don't have to cut the front one. I can leave this one intact, hopefully, or probably trim some of this top corner off. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull the wheels back off and then show y'all what I'm talking about exactly. I already marked that one spot with some tape. Okay, so I was talking about this part right here. This is my lower ground effect, and I'm kind of mad. I took my time painting this stuff right here, and I'm kind of hurt. I gotta cut it, so I might cry a little bit. But I'm telling you, man, it hit different when you paint this shit yourself. You feel me? But so I marked where I make my first little cuts at. I'm gonna show you on my other side. I already pretty much taped off and ready to go. So if you look right here, everything past this tape, like where this tape starts at, is my cut line. So I'm gonna try to go at an angle, and everything past this point, like everything right here, I'm finna cut out. So most of this part gonna be gone. So let me go ahead and get started with that. Alright, so I made my first couple of cuts. It wasn't too bad. Good clean cut. See that whole section gone? Got the little pieces right there. Got a good clean cut on my other side too. See that? So I ain't too hurt. Still got a nice little rounded edge. Long as this part can stay on, I'm good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the wheels back on and see what we got. All right, so after my first cut, I see it's still touching, so I gotta trim some more off. I'm trying to keep this lip right here as much as I can, but I'm gonna still trim some more and then see what we got, then check it again. I'm making a bunch of noise out here. I know my neighbors can't stand me. They're probably like, man, we get through with this car already. Make all this damn noise out here. All right, so I'm gonna cut this part right here off now. Try to do me a smooth, straight cut, straight up right here. And also back here, just so y'all know, it's bumping right here too. So I had to trim some of this off. I'm gonna go a little higher up, so probably about this much finna come off. Cause when I turned the wheel, the back side of my tire was hitting that part. So to get that full turn, this gonna have to go. Even this part right here at the front, it was hitting this part too. So I gotta trim some of this part off. right, so that's my final cut. You see that, boy? It's a good clean cut. And I pretty much got full turn. I mean, shit, full turn for 24s. You feel me? It was decent. So this is why I wanted to cut on myself. So I know what all been cut. I know the angles, I know everything. So now I can just come back up in here with some of that undercoat spray and wet this up a little bit. Oh yeah, by the way, I had to pull this damn bracket off. It was rubbing my tire up here on my driver's side. I think it's for the cruise control bubble thing right here, the vacuum. So it was just like 4 screws that I pulled off. And now I'm good to go. I got better turn, better clearance. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my test drive. Got a little rust spot right here too. Look at that shit. So I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go buy like some sheet metal and patch that up. Y'all will see. Stay tuned. All right, that was a pretty good test drive. Rolled pretty good. I ain't have much rubbing. I know y'all want to see these wheels, but chill out. When I get through with the car, I'm gonna show the whole finished product. But it rolled pretty good. Had a little bit of rub in the back. I think I need some more air in the shocks, so I'm gonna air those up a little more. And up front, I did notice it's starting to rub up here. This is where that cruise control bubble thing is, so I'm gonna have to cut some of this part right here out, probably like the L shape, and then should give me a little more clearance on that passenger side too. Is where the battery sits at on the passenger side. So that's gonna come out some, and then I'm gonna roll these fenders. So I'm gonna roll all this. I don't want no rubbing, no touching on my tires. So make sure y'all stay tuned in for that. And if you haven't entered my giveaway, go check that out. My race to 1,000 subscribers. I'm giving away a $100 gift card. Easy money. It's like 2 simple rules, so go check that out. Otherwise, part 3, prep for 24 is coming soon, so stay locked in.